HFtv Africa. Now, I know you're probably wondering why I'm starting off an interview smiling or laughing. All you can see from my face that the ambience around this world says a lot. Yeah, I'm just saying. Today I'm hanging out with the son of a legend, the legendary Fela Kuti, and I like to think that the person I'm about to chat with is a son after his very own heart. Jeez, I feel like I'm from the Bible. How are you doing, sir? So I had to catch you on your way to stage because if I didn't, then I was going to miss this interview. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
How have you been?
Fine.
I didn't think you were in Lagos.
I try to be around, but I will leave at the end of the month I need to complete my next album, so I'll be away.
Oh, we're working on an album. That's like good scoop there. You're actually very simple. When we see you on TV, we're like, maybe when we come this, you have to be all like, oh God.
No, because
and I keep my Nigerian pigeon on point.
I think because I believe simplicity is the spice of life. I think we like gege too much, and I'm one that already I'm doing a lot of gege on stage. So from when I was even a baby, everybody said I was always very quiet. So really, my character is about being very quiet.
Thank you for talking about simplicity being the spice of life. Your songs do not depict anything like that because it's like you're bringing out those things that people do not want to hear about from your songs. And this has caused you a lot of controversy lately.
Because these are issues I feel are very important for my generation, the generation above me, because my father was talking about these issues, and for future generations. If we don't talk about these things as Africans today, we're going to be in more problems in the future.
Bill mother came and I had to give evidence of it. So I saw roguery, criminality, robbery of the nation by a particular people, the government.
Father didn't talk about corruption. When he spoke about corruption, we would be totally naive or nonchalant, and corruption will have completely ruined this country, which it already has. And so I talk about these issues because they're very important, not just for me, for my children and their children.
Well, you say corruption already has, but do you think to an extent your father's music created an impact?
Has his music? Definitely, yes. If it wasn't for my father's music, we would be very unaware of many things today. That's true. At the time my father was talking politically, way back as from 1971, everybody was too afraid to challenge the military dictators at this time. So it's because of my father that Nigerians are outspoken today. Many people will fail to accept this, but it is a fact. For one decade, my father's voice was the only voice in this country.
Yeah, that brings me to
and he paid a very high price for it.
That is so true. Well, in a music scenario where everybody is picking a legend or a mentor or somebody to look up to, I feel like all our guys want to be like the great Fela Kuti. And we already have a son that is representing that brand. Do you think that as your father has gone ahead, will you leave that same mark that people can reckon with?
I hope I will not leave the same mark as my father. I hope it's different. I think it's not possible for there to be two Felas. My father has already made an incredible impact. I think my impact probably will be more cooler. If I went out to be like my father, I think it would be boring.
I know.
And it was very important for me because I grew up listening to Miles Davis. I respected these guys, and I came to a crossroads in my career listening to jazz, where it was, I knew I could never be, I knew I could never be a Miles Davis or Dizzy Gillespie or Charlie Parker, for instance. And everybody wanted me to live up to his name and his expectations, but I knew I could never be. I'm not Fela Kuti, I'm Femi Kuti. So I quickly used this same mathematics I applied there and created my own. And everybody was like, at the beginning, you can never be great, you can never make it, your music is boring, blah, blah, blah.
People always say that.
Yes, and see where I am today.
I see where you are today. I'm dying to have this interview.
But you seem to be a bit taller than me.
Yeah, naturally. I'm trying. How do you keep your humor? Because in South Africa, you made everybody in that auditorium laugh their eyes out. How do you mix that, fuse that with your music?
Like I told you, simplicity is everything. And when you go through what I've been through in my life, the death of my younger sister, to my mother, matrimonial problems, so many problems in your life, my father living up to this, trying to play great music. I mean, your life becomes totally, it's like you are in a cage and there's so much pressure. And if you don't find peace in all this chaos, you completely flip.
Of course.
So it was again, I had to think of how to get out of all this madness in my head. And that's my humor. I had to find myself in all this chaos.
I'm going to ask you a very funny question. Are we following Daddy's trick with the wives?
No, I like women, but I don't have wives.
I like that honesty. I love it.
No, people don't like that honesty as well. When I said, okay, I'll never get married again and I like women, everybody, you know, hypocrites, too many hypocrites. Men like women and men don't want to accept. And even women like men. Why are there so many divorce cases? We like each other, and I mean, if you want to remain honest in your marriage, good for you. And some people like me, I prefer to be very truthful. Even when I was getting married, my wife knew I would not be faithful. I mean, this was one of our outspoken talks. Wow, before.
That's great. Many people can't be that honest, even in their relationships.
No, but it was because I knew. I mean, it's not even when you are. It's like getting married to Madonna.
Yeah.
And you are married to Madonna, you don't want men to flirt with her. I mean, you have a big problem. Or getting married to an actress and one day she's kissing on the movie.
They're out in public.
You have a problem. If you can't deal with that, or you marry a sexy model. You marry a sexy model and you don't want people
to
imagine. Okay, Jay-Z marries Beyonce and he doesn't want. He will have problems. He will just die, high blood pressure. So you want to get married to somebody like me, and you don't want women to throw themselves at me.
Naturally,
then of course you have problems. Then you must give room for. There might be one or two mistakes around the corner.
Naturally.
And if the love is that strong, you will stay together and accept it and walk it over and forgive and forget
and move on. Great thing. Well, I was reading about you last night. I saw something that intrigued me.
Yes.
There was this thing about you and a paternity test and 2 kids that you discovered weren't yours and you raised.
Yes.
Can we hear that?
Ages ago, I even got angry with Linda's blog because she brought it up. This incident is about 7 years old. I don't know why they brought it up again. Now, I have 6 biological children.
Amazing.
And 3 are adopted, but they are my kids, and 9 kids in all. And yes, 3 or 2, I did a paternal test and they were not mine, and so I don't have to father them.
Oh, so you actually cut them out of your life?
Yes, because they were not mine, and the mothers were trying to force me to take what was not mine.
Wasn't there like a connection with you and them growing up together?
Luckily, they were still babies at this time.
Oh, okay.
And what even happened was I caught one of my partners on the phone to her lover, and it was like, who are you talking to, a man? If that's a man, then are you cheating on me? If you are cheating on me, then are you sure this pregnancy is mine? Okay. But there was this is a shrine.
Yeah,
there is hardly anything that is secretive in the shrine. So when God to me that you better check something.
Now in Africa and around Africa, people think a shrine is where people come to do juju, as we call it.
Yes.
Is this one different from that type? Well, I know the music is part of it, but like...
Yeah, it's part of the colonial mentality we face and slave thinking we have. The shrine means something sacred, that you precious.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't mean where you have to sacrifice. So it's precious in the sense that it's where we pay homage to great people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, my father, people who have fought for the emancipation of Africa.
Yeah.
The shrine should be looked upon like you look on your churches or your mosque. It's where we pray to the Creator, and we use music to speak the truth and educate ourselves through music and pay homage to all these great people who we believe are God sent to free our minds and expose the ills of society.
I can hear people making noise out there. It's like we're waiting for you to come.
And you can see I'm already trying to sweat it.
I know. Okay, but before I let you go, let's talk about your first wife.
Yeah, no.
I think she's your first.
No, second now.
Oh, she's the second wife now.
Probably my favorite.
Oh, wow, that's nice. She's the second, but she's the favorite.
No, because
let's talk about her. You carry her everywhere.
Yes, because first, this was my first instrument.
Okay.
And then I had nobody to teach me, so I dropped it. Oh. And I picked it up like 14 years ago. But my main instrument became the saxophone because my father was playing the trumpet. And I was playing the trumpet because my father was playing the trumpet. Then he moved to the sax, so I was forced to move to the sax. It's such a tedious instrument that you have to keep on working. if I don't practice the sax, probably because I've been playing it for over 3 decades now.
Wow.
It's like riding a bicycle. But I'm trying to find a very unique sound with the trumpet that, like Miles Davis or Lee Morgan, these great people, you could always know when they're playing. So I'm trying to find a crispy sound with the trumpet. So this forces me to do like a minimum of 6 hours every day.
That's so much time.
Yes, but
that's diligent.
Music is
that's something most artists, young upcoming artists, do not do. They don't put in that much time into their craft.
First of all, everybody gets it wrong. Music is like studying law or medicine.
Yeah.
And everybody just sees the glamour and the fame and wanting to make money. All this is wrong. Music is probably the most professional profession of the professions.
Of all professions.
Yes, because music inspires everybody.
That's true.
Music inspires the lawyer, it inspires the doctors, it inspires society. You can't do it without music. Music is about the way we are talking is musical. The way we move about rhythms, everything is music.
That's true.
And we believe that the creator is the composer of all composers, and we are just mediums that are given this gift to express the heavens, so to say. And so when you go into music for fame and fortune, then your career crashes. And then when you go into it for the true essence of what music is about, then probably you would even, when you are making a name, it's not important to you. It's like I told you, what's important for me is to find that unique sound.
Yeah.
People say, Femi is great, Femi. That doesn't bother me because that's not my mission. My mission is not to be great. If I can get that crispy sound I want with the trumpet, for instance, then I get a kind of satisfaction in my soul. Then it becomes godly. And when I arrive at that kind of godliness that I want, then I probably will be able to interpret the ideas I get from the creator and inspire more people. Then my mission might probably be just about complete.
Well, people have a misconception about the shrine, which I don't think is so much of a misconception. They think it's that place where everybody comes to smoke weed.
I think this is just bad propaganda from a long time during my father's time, because my father just made it very elaborate and he let everybody know he was smoking. Now I pass some clubs in Lagos, and one especially just in front of Eco Meridian. He was smoking weed. I stopped my car and the police car was right beside this club. And I said, they are smoking weed.
And you guys are
look at the police, I am watching. I even got out of my car. I went to them that you are smoking, go. You know, I had to laugh. And everybody, when it was me, everybody just had to laugh. I said, but if this is right now, you all give us a bad name. You understand? And so many people, even on stage here, I asked them, I don't smoke, my elder sister doesn't smoke, my immediate younger brother doesn't smoke.
Wow.
And I think only 1 or 2 of us smokes in the family.
Yeah.
So, where all of you smoking in the audience, where are you all coming from? Are you coming from Mars? Are you coming from your Nigerians in this Lagos? And they are blaming us as if we breed. As if we are breeding the soul.
When you get to the shrine, you just have it your own.
There's another word to
cultivate it.
Thank you very much. And we are giving and we are forcing people. They all come in, they all smoke in their homes. They are all smokers already. They all come to the shrine. And even many of our fans deny to their parents or their loved ones or their friends, I will never go there. The first thing they do when they arrive here is they like to join. And then we have many people telling them, please, don't smoke here. As you can see the sign, do not smoke here.
It's a beautiful place, I must say.
I mean, it's
my first time here.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
And then it's been run with no funds, for instance. It was built for the people. It was built to give people a place to
come relax.
To really, not just for the underprivileged, to understand his or her riches through music. So you don't have to go to the island, pay for 2,000 naira or 1 million naira table see your biggest stars, and you are here in the shrine, and everybody passes through the shrine. Whiskey has been here, the band is here, Mommy is here, then you have people from Third World was here last year at the celebration. You have Hugh Masekela, you have Angelique Kidjo, everybody called Erika Badu was here, Lauryn Hill came, blah 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 blah, and you get to see everybody for next to nothing. And so, like I said, it is the shrine.
That's true. It's sacred. Wow. Oh my God. I feel like I shouldn't stop talking, but he has to go for his show. And I'm actually stealing his time right now. I would actually love for him to play for you, but no. You're gonna have to pay. Like, you're gonna have to pay. You can't just listen. No, he's finding that unique sound. He's not just gonna give it to you like that free. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. I really appreciate it. It was my pleasure. Thank you very much, Africa, for watching and staying with us right here on HFtv. You know how we can bring you the best and the smoothest of content all over Africa. We give it straight, we give it 100. Take it away.